Hello friends and welcome to another day of math with Miss Allen. Today we are doing quite a few things, so be sure you have your listening ears on and you are ready to grow your brain. The very first thing we're going to be doing is I am going to be talking to you about different ways that we can make numbers 1 through 10. So if you take a peek at my board, I have a bunch of different things on here. What shape is this? Do you remember? It's a square, you got it. I'm going to be using these squares to make some numbers. This right here, how many is that? That's only 1. So I'll be using these individual squares to be showing 1 at a time. But this right here, what is this? How many are in this group? 5. You got it. So I'm going to be using this bigger stack of blocks to be showing our 5 groups in each number. Like I said, I'm going to be making the numbers 1 through 10. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to first start by making the number 1. Dink. Did it. I'm going to move on and make the number 2. What comes next? The number 3, you're right. Now what? 4, you got it. Alrighty, next is 5. There are 2 ways that I could choose to show 5. I could pull one individual block over for each block that I need until I get up to 5. But that kind of took me a while. So if I chose to not do that, I could always just pull over a 5 group, right? Because how many are in this group? There's already 5 in a 5 group, so I didn't even need to count them out. I know how many are in that group, and I know that I needed 5. Perfect. So right here, I showed 1, I showed 2, 3, I had a stack of 4, and I used a 5 group to show my stack of 5. Next, I'm going to go ahead and show a group of 6. Would it make sense for me to pull over 1 at a time to make 6? This might take a while. I'm going to actually save some time, and I'm just going to pull over a 5 group. But am I making a 5 group? No, I'm making 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So I made a 6 group by adding a 5 group and 1 more. Cool. Let's see if I can make 7 using a 5 group. I'm going to go ahead and pull this 5 group over. 5, 6, 7. Cool. Let's go ahead and try 8. Help me out. 5 group. Plus how many more do you think? 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. So for 8, I used a 5 group. And I added 3 on top to make a group of 8. Cool. I'm going to have to move some of this stuff down so I have some room to make the rest of my groups. Give me just 1 second. There we go. I hope that's enough. So remember, the last group we made was a 8 stack. Alrighty, for a 9 stack, let's go ahead and use a 5 group. All right, remember we added 3 to get to our 8. How many do you think I'm going to have to add to get to 9? I had 5 here. 6, 7, 8. 1 more makes 9. Good work. So remember, for our 9, we used a 5 group. How many did we add on top? 4 more to make that 9 stack. Now, if we take a peek here, we already used a 5 group, and we added 4 more. If we only need to add 1 more to get to 10, because 10 is 1 more than 9, do I need to pull over 5 individual blocks, do you think? Or do you think I could save time and just use a 5 stack? Well, let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to pull over a 5 group. Alrighty, let's see. I'm going to pull over another 5 group. It looks right to me, but let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. So remember, to make 10, we used one 5 group plus another 5 group to get 10 blocks all together. Awesome. So if you notice here, friends, we made a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you check this out, this could actually be a pattern. Each time we go to the next, we are adding how many? 1. We are adding 1 each time. Notice how to get from the 1 stack to the 2 stack, we add a block on top. To get from the 2 stack to the 3 stack, we add a block on top. Do you see that? It just moves right on over. To get from 3 to 4, we just add a block, move it over, all the way up until we get to 10. Pretty interesting. Now, friends, I'm going to show you a new pattern. We've talked about this once or twice before, but I want to see if you remember what type of pattern this is. Alrighty, so I just moved around a few of our groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a stack of 5. This is a stack of 4. This is a stack of 3. This is a stack of 2, and this is a stack of 1. Each time we go to the next stack, what is happening? Remember, we talked about the other example. Each time we went up, we were adding a block. But on this example, what's happening? Each time we go to the next number, what are we doing to the stack? To me, this looks like a shrinking pattern. Remember when we talked about these earlier this week? We talked about how every time you move on, you are taking 1 away. So if you notice, going from the stack of 5 over to the stack of 4, it looks like we're taking away the top box. To get from the stack of 4 to the stack of 3, it looks like we're taking away the top box. So every time we move on, the pattern is shrinking. Good job. We're going to keep reviewing these shrinking patterns as we keep learning about patterns and shapes and math. But today on our workbook page, I would love for you to work along with me. So go ahead and grab your workbook and your erasable pencil. When you're ready, try your best to write your first and last name right at the tippy top. The first instructions tell us to help Puzzled Penguin. Did Puzzled Penguin make a mistake? Look at the numbers below. And Puzzled Penguin is asking us, did I make a mistake? Let's see. It says cross out any numbers that are not in the correct order. All right, let's count together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. No, that one doesn't look right. 7 doesn't come after 5. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll skip 7. 6, 8. What? That doesn't make any sense. 8 doesn't come after 6. Let's see here. So what happened here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I see. To me, it looks like Puzzled Penguin switched up the 6 and the 7. Do you see that? So if we start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Silly Puzzled Penguin. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cross off both the 6 and the 7 to show Puzzled Penguin that those are the 2 he made a goof on. Next it says, help Puzzled Penguin write the numbers in the correct order. Perfect. I can do that. Start with the number 1 and count up in your brain. Perfect. There you go, Puzzled Penguin. We helped you. Next, it says cross out any numbers that are not in the correct order. Same thing. Let's see here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. No, that one's not right. Oh, and next he wrote 8. Again, it looks like he just switched those two numbers up, so I'm going to cross them both out. Help Puzzle Penguin write the numbers in the correct order. Notice he started with the number 0, so we're also going to start with the number 0 and then count up. Perfect. There you go, Puzzle Penguin. Helped you again. On the back page, friends, you are going to be writing the numbers 1 through 10 on the first 3 examples. So for each one of these 3, you're starting with the number 1. Go ahead and fill in all of those blanks yourself. And when you are done, you can move on to the second half. For the second half of the back of your workbook page, you are starting at the number 0. Notice they already wrote in a 0 for you on the first 2. Don't forget you're starting at a 0 on the bottom one as well. And then count up in your brain to fill in all of those blank spots. Notice how I didn't fill in all the blank spots? It's because I want you to show your teacher your learning and your most beautiful letters. So do not skip these 4. You need to do them yourself. When you are done writing in all those numbers, which means all of the boxes are filled in, you are done with your workbook page for today. Go ahead and move on to your seesaw. Awesome work. Hi friends, quick update on your math workbook page. You're going to finish lesson 19, which is the one I just showed you how to do. We are not doing lesson 20. If you want to do it with the adults at home, that's totally fine, but your teachers aren't going to teach you about it, and we don't need you to do it. It's also the end of unit number 2. There are a couple worksheets afterward. They're called the Unit 2 test. We won't be needing the test for school, so if you just want to rip out those next few pages, this is what they look like. You can rip them out, and you can either do them yourself, or you can just throw them away or recycle them. On Monday, when you come back for math, this is the page we'll be working on. So be sure that you do not rip this page out. We will be doing it on Monday. But all the other pages before that should either be done or we are not doing them. So one more time, lesson 19, the page we just did for Puzzled Penguin, is the last page of this lesson we will be doing. So we do not need lesson number 20, which is this page, and we do not need the Unit 2 test, which are these pages. You can rip those ones out so that on Monday, you can do this page with the teacher. I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to Zoom with your teacher or with Mrs. DeWert. Thanks!